everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to send ATG receipts on WhatsApp for NGO donations received via Instamojo. So I am managing an NGO with the name as Humanity Across Borders, and I am collecting the donations for this NGO with the help of Instamojo, which is an amazing payment gateway application. Now my objective is that whenever I am going to receive a new donation with the help of Instamojo, then immediately a ATG certificate should be created for the donor and it should be sent over WhatsApp with the help of AiSensy to that same donor. So in order to automate this entire process, I am going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. To create this automation without the requirement of any coding and programming skills, I will simply set up a connection between all these applications. And if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step, for that you have to come towards my screen. So in this video, I am going to show you step by step that how we can automatically create ATG donation certificate for the donors and send it over WhatsApp with the help of AiSensy whenever we are going to receive a new donation through Instamojo. So I am running an NGO with the name as Humanity Across Border, and I have created a smart page specifically for collecting the donations for this NGO. Okay, I want that as soon as a donor is going to submit the donation with that same smart page on Instamojo, then immediately and automatically ATG certificate should be created for that donor and should be sent to him over WhatsApp. So I'm going to automate this entire process by setting up connections between all these applications which I'm using with the help of Pabbly Connect. And we are not going to use any kind of coding and programming skills for this. So this is the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we can find two options: sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already an existing user, so you have to simply click on sign in option and log into your account. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button, and it will enable you to create your free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do this, you will be receiving 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Because I'm already an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in. This is all apps section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all of our workflows which we have created, and we can also create different folders over here to save our workflows accordingly. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. As we have done that, you can see a dialog box has appeared in front of us. So it is asking us to provide the name to our workflow. So I'm going to give the name. Send ATG receipts on WhatsApp for donations received via Instamojo. After giving this name, here I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save my workflow. You can see I have multiple folders over here. So I'm going to select NGO donation receipts folder, and now we'll click on create. In the similar manner, you can also create different folders on your dashboard to save your workflows accordingly and separately. As we have done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts or the principles on which the entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So this means that action is the response towards the trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Let's suppose now here I want that whenever an Instamojo payment, the donation will be received, then immediately ATG certificate should be created for the donor. So I have already created a template for creating the ATG certificate. By using the same template, I am going to create the ATG certificates for all the donors. So here we have the template in Google Docs. So let's suppose I am going to take Instamojo in my trigger and Google Docs in my action, as I want that whenever and when we are going to set up the connection, we want that as soon as the payment will be received via Instamojo, then immediately the ATG certificate should be created inside Google Docs. So here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the payment is received, then only the certificate will be created, otherwise not. So after understanding the concept of trigger and action, let us start creating the automation workflow step by step. First of all, to start our workflow, we have to select our trigger application. Here our trigger application will be Instamojo. So let's select that. So here I'm going to select Instamojo V2. Okay. And now we have to select the trigger event. Trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. So here we will have successful payment as our trigger event, because we want that whenever a payment will be received successfully, then the workflow should trigger automatically. Okay, as we have done that, we have received one webhook URL along with some instructions which we have to follow to set up connection between Instamojo and Pabbly Connect. So let's quickly follow these steps given over here. First of all, we have to copy the URL because it is going to act as a bridge for transferring the data from Instamojo towards Pabbly Connect whenever whenever the payment will be successfully received. So when we have copied that, I'm going to take you towards my Instamojo account. This is the dashboard, and here in the smart pages section, you can see I have created a specific smart page for NGO donations with the name as Humanity Across Borders. So we have to build the connection between our smart page and Pabbly Connect for receiving the response in Pabbly Connect whenever the payment will be captured. So what we have to do, we have to select our page which we want to connect. We have to click on these three dots, and here we'll see the option of edit page. Let's select that. After coming on the page, here you can see this is the description of my page. The customer can select the amount which they want to pay according to their own choice. This is the description of my page, and when we'll scroll down here, we will see the option of add webhook. Okay, so what we have to do in order to build the connection, we have to turn this add webhook button on, and here we have to enter the webhook URL. So I'm going to delete the existing URL which I have already added over here, and I'm going to paste the recent URL which we have copied and pasted. If you are creating the new connection, then also you have to follow the same step. You simply have to paste the URL over here, and here it is asking us information to be sent. What information we want on Pabbly Connect? So we want only the successful payments information. So I'm going to cross this failed payments over here, and what we will do, we will simply click on save and update. And here we'll simply click on yes, save and update, and here our update is ready. And now our page for donation Humanity Across Border is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So whenever the payment will be received by a new donor, then the response of that donor along with all the details and the amount will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. By using that response, we have to create the ATG certificate. But before that, before moving forward towards continuing the workflow, we have to get the response. How we are going to get that? You can see it is saying in Pabbly Connect waiting for webhook response. So we have to do a test submission for getting that response, and how we are going to do that by submitting a payment through the payment page which we have recently connected. So I'm going to go back towards Instamojo. Here we will click on three dots once again, and we have the option of share page. When we will copy the URL of this page and open it in a new tab, we can see that the checkout page for the donation is opened in front of us. Here this is the name of my NGO. Here we have the description, and now the donor can select the money which they want to pay. It is given that the minimum amount to be entered over here is ₹9. So Instamojo has compulsion of ₹9 to be added compulsorily for any of the payments. So I'm going to enter ₹9 over here, let's suppose. Okay, I'm going to click on pay now, and now the customer or the donor will have to enter the details over here in order to submit this donation. So let's start with the name. Let's say the name of the donor who is making this payment is Smart User. Okay, now I'm going to enter the email ID, let's say as smartuser38@pabblytudes.com, and now here I'm going to enter a random phone number. So we have entered all the details, and here we are going to click on proceed to pay. We have multiple payment methods as well, so I'm going to select, I'm going to select credit or debit card option. Then I'm going to enter the card details, and now I'm going to click on pay now option. And yes, here you can see that my payment is successful. So we'll go back towards Pabbly Connect and check whether we have received the response. And yes, you can see that we have received the response over here. In this response, we have received all the details that at what time we have received the payment, what is the actual amount, and all of the details related to the donor as well. So now by using these details, we are going to create the ATG certificate for our donor. So we'll move forward. Now once we have received this response, you can see that we have also received the purpose of the payment. Now here, because we are using Instamojo and it is amazing and it is a payment gateway, so we are going to receive multiple payments for different purposes on our Instamojo account. But we do not want to run this workflow for each and every process. We only want that when the payment will be received, the donation will be received for NGO, then the workflow should continue, and then only the certificate should be created. So in that condition, we are going to apply a filter over here. Let's select filter. Filter is an amazing feature of Pabbly which helps us to set up conditions in our workflow to run our workflow according to our conditions. Okay, here our action event will be filter values. Let's click on connect. And here we have provided with a condition in which we have to enter the label, the filter type, and the value. So first of all, I'm going to select the label we have received in our earlier response. This is the purpose of the payment. The filter type will be equal to, and here we are going to enter the value. Donation for NGO. So here this is my condition. I have entered the value over here manually, so it is going to be same each time, but I have entered label from my previous response. That means I have mapped this data. So when we map a data by using our previous step, it will become dynamic, and then it is going to replace with each and every new response. So whenever we are going to receive a new response through Instamojo and the label of that response will not be equal to the value, then the workflow is going to stop over here only. Okay, so when we have set up the condition, let's click on the save and send test request button. And here our condition is absolutely true. So once our condition is true, let's move forward towards creating the certificate for our donor. Here you can see that I have created a certificate template with the help of Google Docs. You can see that these are all the details I'm going to provide in the certificate. These are the details of my NGO. Here we have the date, donor name, etc. So you can see that some of the details are given under two curly braces. Why is it so? I have used two curly braces to provide variable in my template because I'm going to use the same template for each of the certificates for each of the donor. So the details which are going to be replaced are given under variables, so that when we are going to create the certificates with the help of this template, automatically the details could be changed. So now we are going to set up the connection between Google Docs and Pabbly Connect to create the certificate. So let's click on this add action step button. Here our action application will be Google Docs. Let's select that quickly, and we have to select the action event that will be create document from template. Let's click on connect, and because I've already built a connection with my Google Docs earlier, so I'm going to go with existing connection currently. If you want to create a new connection, you have to click on this add new connection button, and then you have to click on sign in with Google. Let's click on save, and we can see that Google Docs is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Let's move forward. Here we have to select the template document that we are using for creating the certificate. So here the name of my template document is ATG certificate template. Okay, I have selected that. Now it is asking us the new document name. What should be the name of your document each time? We are going to create multiple such documents, so each time we want to keep the name different. Here that's why I'm going to enter the name as ATG certificate for, and here I'm going to simply enter the name of the donor for which I'm creating this certificate. So the name and all of the details we have received already in our earlier response. I will simply map the name over here. As I told you, mapping is inserting data from previous step, and when we map a data, it becomes dynamic. So when I map this name, it is going to replace automatically whenever a new response will be captured by a new donor. Okay, now we have to select the location for our document. I have selected that, and here we have date, donor name, etc. So all these fields are the same which we have in the two curly braces inside our template. When we are going to enter the details over here with the help of mapping, automatically with each and every new response, the details are going to be replaced. Let's start with the date of the payment, then that when we have received this payment. Okay, so we have received the payment date in our earlier response over here, but it is not in the correct format. I only want a simple format in order to enter it into that certificate, so we will have to format this date. So what we will do, we will click on this add action step button, and we will select date time formatter as our action application. Date time formatter is again an inbuilt feature which helps us to format the date and time of our workflow according to our requirements. Here I only want the date, so I'm going to go with format date only. And now it is asking us for the date which we want to format. So this is the date at which the payment is completed. Now I'm going to select the from format, that in which format we have actually received the date. So the date is in year, month and the date format along with the time. So here we have the format of date, year, month, date and the time, and it is asking us in which format we want the date. So I want the date in the simple format, date, month and year. Let's click on save and send test request button, and here we have received the date in the correct and the desired format. So you'll simply map the date over here. Done. Now we have the donor name, donor email, etc. So I'm going to simply map the donor name quickly over here. Email address, donor code. Donor code will be this payment ID because it is going to be unique for each and every donor. Okay, now we have to map the amount that is being paid. The receipt number will also be the payment ID only. Okay, the receipt date, that means on which date we are creating this receipt. So I'm creating this receipt on the same date on which I have received the payment. So the date which we have recently formatted will appear over here. Okay, now we have the next thing, the mode of payment. So currently I have not received the mode of payment in my earlier response, so I'm going to ignore this field for now. But definitely if you want, you can add the mode of payment through whichever mode you are taking the payments to Instamojo. You can add that mode over here, or even if you're receiving the payment mode in your response when you have customized the account and the page, you can add that. Now here we have the reference number, that also I'm going to add currently as payment ID only. Okay, because it is the combination of the MOJO, that means the Instamojo account as well as the number. So I'm going to click on save and send test request button now, and we have received the response. In this response here, when we'll scroll down, this is the document ID. So this means our document is ready and it is created inside Google Docs. So let's go and check. When I will go back, here the document is created. As you can see, I'm going to open the document. And yes, here we can see that all the details of the donor are added. This is the name, donor code, email address. Here is the date, today's date, and the amount which he has paid. Because I've kept the mode of payment field blank, so it is blank over here. Okay, now we'll go back towards Pabbly Connect, and our objective is to send this document on WhatsApp to the donor. But in order to send this document, first of all, we have to receive the PDF link of the document because we want to attach the PDF. So what we will do, we will have to use Google Drive for that. Now we are going to set up the connection between Google Drive and Pabbly, and whenever the workflow is going to run, it is going to give us the PDF link of the document. So let's click on this add action step button. Here our action application will be Google Drive. So let's select that quickly. And we have to select the action event that will be share file with anyone. So this is the file which we have created with the help of Google Docs. Now we want to share it with anyone. When we will use this action step, we will be receiving multiple links URL of the file. And among these URLs, we are going to use the PDF document link. Okay, let's click on connect, and to build the connection, I'm going to go with add new connection over here. And here our Google Drive account is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect, as you can see. Okay, so now it is asking us the file ID. We have to make the file ID dynamic so that automatically it could replace. So what we will do, we'll turn this mapping button on. I will remove the existing ID from here, and I will simply map the ID that we have received from Google Docs. This is the document ID. As we have done that, let's click on save and send test request button. And we can see that here we have received the response. When we will scroll down, we have also received the PDF link. Now we are going to use this link in order to send WhatsApp message along with a PDF document to the donor. I want to send a thank you message for the donation which I have received to the donor, as well as a PDF link should be attached in that message. Now to send this message, I am going to use AiSensy, by using which I am going to send automated template message to all my donors along with the PDF of the ATG certificate. So we are going to simply set up a connection between AiSensy and Pabbly Connect. Now let's click on this add action step button. Here our action application will be AiSensy, WhatsApp by AiSensy. And now we have to select the action event that will be send template message. Let's click on connect. To build the new connection, I'm going to go with add new connection, and we have to enter the API key. So how we are going to get that? It is given in the instructions that you have to simply log into your AiSensy account, and then you have to go towards manage section. So I'm going to take you over there. This is my account. Here we have to go towards the manage section given on the left side, and under this manage section, here is the option of API key. We will simply copy this key, and we'll move back towards Pabbly Connect to paste it over here. Done. Let's click on save. As we have done that, we can see that WhatsApp by AiSensy is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Now we have to enter the details in these fields to send the message to our donors. First of all, it is asking us the campaign name. So in order to send the template message, first of all, we have to create a template in AiSensy, and after creating that template, we have to associate a template with a new campaign. We have to launch a campaign and set it live. So I'm going to take you back towards my AiSensy account. When you'll go towards the manage section, here you will see the option of template message. Over here, you can see these are all the templates which I have created for different purposes. Now, if you want to create a new template, you have to click on this new button. You have to first of all select the category of your template, utility, marketing, or authentication. The template name you have to give. You have to enter the template type, that what kind of template you are sending, whether it is media type, file type. Like I have created a file type template because I am sending documents along with that. Okay, so according to that you have to select. Then you have to enter the format, that means the body of the template. You can preview the body over here in this field. Okay. Now, in your message, in order to make it automatic, you have to use some variables, because we are sending the same template to each and every donor without the manual requirement, without the manual efforts. So we have to use some variables such as in the details which are going to be replaced, such as name, the amount which is being paid by the donor, and etc. So in this way, we are going to use the same template for sending the details and the message to all our donors in the personalized format. Okay. Now, once you will complete your template, you have to submit it, and when the template will be approved by AiSensy, then you can automatically use it in order to send the messages. But before that, you also have to create a campaign. So once you will complete your template and it will be reviewed, you have to go towards the campaign section. You have to click on launch campaign. You have to select API campaign over here. You have to give a name to your campaign. Then you have to select the template which is associated with the campaign. As I have selected my own template, ATG certificate, and then I'm going to click on set live. So my campaign will be live, and then you have to provide the name of your campaign. So this is my campaign which I have recently created for the template which I have created for sending the messages, and it is live. I'm going to open that, and this is the name of my campaign. So I'm going to copy it. We'll move back and paste it over here quickly. Done. Now we have to enter the mobile number of the person to whom we are sending this message. So I'm sending the message to the donor. and we have received the phone number, so we have mapped that. The username to whom we are sending this message is also given, that will be smart user. Okay, source and tags are optional, so you can definitely ignore them. But here we have to enter the template parameter. That means the values for the variables which you have applied in your template. So I have used two variables. First is for name and the other is for the amount. So I will simply enter the first value, that is the name. So I'm going to map the name of the donor. I will use a comma, a space, and then I'm going to enter the amount. Okay, done. So the details will be automatically replaced in the message. Now the next is the attributes. You can ignore this field, and now you have to enter the URL. That means the PDF of the document which we have to send. So we have to send the ATG certificate, and we have already received the PDF document of that with the help of Google Drive. So this is the PDF document URL. I'm going to simply map that, and done. Now we have to enter the name of the file as well. We have also received the name of the file. I've mapped that, and now we are going to click on save and send test request button. As we have done that, we can see that our response is received, and this is the ID of the message along with the status of the message, that is true. So this means that our message is received. Now let's go and check whether we have received the message actually on WhatsApp or not. And yes, here you can see that the message is received. Hi smart user, thank you for your generous donation of ₹9 to Humanity Across Border. Attached is your ATG certificate for the donation. We greatly appreciate your support in our mission. Best regards, Humanity Across Border team. This is the PDF link. You can see when the person is going to download this link and open it. So the document is open in the PDF format. Okay, so in this way you have to create this connection, and we can see that when the message is received and the document is also opened, this means our workflow is absolutely successful. So let's quickly summarize what we have done. Actually, in this workflow, we have set up a simple connection between Instamojo, Google Docs, Google Drive, and WhatsApp by AiSensy in such a way that now whenever we are going to receive a new payment through Instamojo for the donation of our NGO, then immediately by using that response, an ATG certificate will be automatically created for that donor with the help of Google Docs, and the PDF link will be received with the help of Google Drive for that same document, and it will be attached in the message, and it will be sent in that form of a template message to all our donors. In this way, very easily you can create this automation. If you are using Instamojo as a payment gateway to collect the donation, this automation is really helpful for you. So you will be able to effortlessly send donation certificates to all your donors, and you can increase in this way the relations with your donors as well. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.